All right. Welcome, welcome. Charlie's ready. A couple of blocks today. Very excited about getting on the mat these days. It's always a welcome oasis from the craziness of every day. So just come into your seat. Resting the legs, whichever way is the most comfortable. Rounding through your sitting bones. Sometimes I'll take the backs of my legs and pull it out and set it back down on each side. It's kind of helps me ground just a little bit more touching the floor. Lift up tall through the spine. Maybe kind of roll your neck around just a little bit, roll the head around. Gently, carefully. Open the jaw, stretch it out. Start to work out some kinks. And then lift up straight and tall through the spine. Exhale out. Feel your body settle down into your space. Start to bring that breath in and out. Slow and steady. Not stopping the mind, that's nearly impossible, but just slowing down our engagement with all of the fleeting thoughts, all of those things that try to drag ourselves into a space of worry or concern or ruminating thoughts, just almost like you're sitting on the sidelines and watching everything go by. Feel the breath come all the way in. Exhale all the way out. Feel the breath come all the way in again. Noticing the belly expand. Excuse me. And feel the belly deflate. And let's bring the breath in and hold the breath at the top. And then let's sip in just a little bit more breath. And then hold. Sip in just a little bit more. Hold. And then exhale, release. Let's do that again. Inhale. Hold the breath at the top. And then sip in just a little bit more. Hold. Sip in just a little bit more. Hold it. And then exhale it all the way out. Do that again. Inhale in. Hold the breath. Sip in some more. Hold. Sip in just a little bit more. Hold it. And then exhale, let it out. Go back to normal breathing, just breathing all the way in. Breathing all the way out. That exercise of sipping in just a little bit more really helps to expand and stretch the lungs out, give it some more capacity so that we can bring more oxygen in. And then while you're seated here, just draw your heart forward like you're trying to reach the other side of the room with your heart. And then go toward the right side with that heart. Hang out over that right knee, feel that left side stretch. And then go back through the center over to the left side. Go back to the right. back to the left. Kind of move back and forth with your breath. Inhale to one side. Exhale to the other. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to the center. Heart reaches forward. And then take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, press and round through the back. Bring your chin to your chest. Good. Sit back upright again. And let's switch the crossing of the legs. Maybe shake your legs out if you need to. Ankles, feet, knees. And then find that opposite seat. Draw it through the spine again. Now find your breath. Really listen and feel the body here. Breathing all the way in, all the way out. Keep breathing. And just a little reading today to get us going from Thich Nhat Hahn, who we love. If you've ever been to Paris, you have a concept of Paris, but your concept is quite different from Paris itself. Even if you've lived in Paris for 10 years, your idea of Paris still does not coincide with the reality. You may have lived with someone for 10 years and think that you know him or her perfectly, but you are living only with your concept. You have a concept of yourself, but have you touched your true self? Look deeply to try to overcome the gap between your concept of reality and reality itself. And meditation helps us remove our concepts. Beautiful writing. Help us to look at things from all angles. Let's draw that heart forward, press it forward like you're trying to reach the other side of the room. Feel that stretch in the hips. And inhale, take the heart over to the right side. Exhale over to the left side. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. I even give a little push to the knee as I'm going to the opposite side. Go to the opposite side here to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then come back to center. Press that heart forward. Deep breath in. And then exhale. Round through the back. Arch. Bring your chin to the chest. Really stretch in the spine. Keep breathing. And then inhale, bring that heart forward again, really reach it forward. And then exhale, round again, really press through the back. Chin comes to the chest. Great, and sit right back upright again. Release your legs, bring them in front. Shake out the knees. Shake out or twist the ankles or roll them. Curl into the toes. And then press through the heels, draw the heart forward, start to reach for the toes. Forward fold here, chin comes down toward the chest, start to stretch slowly the back of the body. Flex into your feet, try to draw your toes back toward you so the stretch really starts here at the toes. You can feel it all down your feet, into your heels, all the way up your calves, your hamstrings, across your backside, low back, all the way into the shoulders, into the neck. Everything here stretching. Send that good long breath into the muscles. And then lift up halfway, reach that heart forward, and then exhale back down again. Good. Now come all the way up, reach your arms forward, Bring the arms all the way up. Engage the core. Keep those legs active. And then exhale. Take the arms down to the sides. Maybe even walk your fingers back past your bottom. Take the elbows, bring them together. Lift the hips up. So like a reverse plank. So I'm going to come to the side here so you can see. Not that you don't already know what I'm doing, but just in case. Engage your core. Let your head fall back just a little bit, not all the way, just neutral. Come back down. Lift up straight and tall. And then come right back up. Press into those hands. Engage the core. Start to walk your feet in if you wish. So kind of a reverse tabletop. And you can turn your hands out if it's better for your shoulders. Head goes to neutral again. Engage your core. And then lower back down. Booty to the floor, knees are up, feet are flat. Inhale, lift up to your reverse tabletop. It's okay if you feel like you're sagging here. Just lift up as far as you can. Working to bring that sag out of the belly. Always okay if it's still there. Strong in those arms. Now let's squeeze the knees toward one another. And then lower back down, booty to the floor. Give yourself a little rest. And then come up one more time. Lift those hips up, strong in the arms. Now, if you want to, you can either stay here or you can lift your right leg, stretch, take it down, lift your left, stretch through those toes. Left foot down, let's come the right leg next, and down, left leg, and down. Now come on down to your booty. Now let's come onto your hands and knees. Take your knees wide, big toes together. Walk the hands forward, come into a child's pose. Press your hips back toward the heels. Stretch your back. If this is hard on your knees, you can always take a blanket, place it right underneath your knees or behind your knees. That helps with the knee pain if you're here and it's too much. Really breathe into your lungs, breathe into your sides. Inhale, come up, hands and knees. Take your left arm underneath. So come down onto that left shoulder, left cheek, press into the right hand. Kind of open up your heart to the right side. Press back up, plant the left hand, take your right arm, thread it underneath, come down to the right shoulder, right cheek. Press into that left hand to help open up the heart toward the left side. Press your way back up, take your right hand back down to the floor. I'm going to stop here for just a moment. I've got an issue with my knees, so just in case you have an issue with your knees at any time, you can always get a blanket or something, put it underneath your knees, or you can double up your mat. I'm going to do that. It's just a little tip as we go. We're going to take that left hand, let's thread it underneath again, come down to that left shoulder. Now, before you take the left cheek down to the floor, stretch the crown of the head forward and then lay down on the cheek. Press into the right hand to open up the heart. This keeps you from crunching into that left side of the neck. Breathe into your sides. Good. Press yourself back up. Plant the left hand. Same with this right side. Thread it under. Come down to the shoulder. But before you land, take that right ear up. Then land it down. Press into that left hand to open up the heart toward the left. Breathe, breathe. And then press yourself back up. Plant your right hand, tuck your toes, come up into downward facing dog. Ooh, that first downward dog always tells a story, doesn't it? I hope it feels good to you today. Let's lift up onto the balls of the feet, really stretch the hips up high. Press the mat away. As we're pressing the mat away, notice if your shoulders are coming up towards your ears, and relax those shoulders down so you give a little bit more space for your neck to relax. Then come on down toward the heels. Bend the knees if you need to. Give yourself a moment here to really settle in and stretch and wake up into this pose. Now come forward into plank pose. Hold steady here. Let your body warm up to it. Lots of activeness in the body here. Knee plank is always fine if you need to lower down. But let's go ahead and lower down, chest between the hands. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Lower between the hands, exhale. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower down between the hands. Inhale either to cobra or press into up dog, which brings everything up. Exhale back, downward dog. Pedal out your feet. Kind of do any kind of movement you need to here to start to wake up hips, legs, knees. And then let's step or walk your way up to the front of the mat. Come into a forward fold. Use your blocks should you need to. Inhale, lift up halfway. Engage the core. Exhale back down. Let your hands rest downward, head rest downward. Really breathe into your belly. Inhale, lift up halfway again. Exhale down, bend into the knees, arms wide, come all the way up, reach up high, stretch the body. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, send your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Take your left foot, step it back, come on down to the left knee. Press the hips forward. Inhale, send the arms up. Bring your gaze up toward the ceiling. Next, exhale, take the hands down to the floor. Let's make your way back into a plank pose. Knee plank is fine, always fine. Lower down between the hands. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's step your way up to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, take your right foot back. Come on down to the right knee. Press the hips forward. Inhale, lift up. Engage some of your core here. Next, exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot, step your way back into plank. Lower down between your hands. Inhale into your cobra. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Do not rush through those steps when you come from your cobra to your downward facing dog. You take it as you need to. There's never any hurry to rush through those vinyasas. If you rush, you open yourself up to all kinds of long-term injuries in the back. And also, you run the risk of not being present in your body. So let's take a step or walk your way forward to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. From here, take your hands behind your back. So you're lifted halfway, engage your core, hands behind your back, draw the hands back, reach that heart forward, press the thighs back, and then come into a forward fold.
Chin comes toward the chest as you try to reach the arms over top. And if you feel like your palms are pulling away from each other, try to draw them toward one another. This may be too much on your shoulders, and if that's the case, that's totally fine. Just let go, let the hands come down. And if your arms are behind your back still, go ahead and let go, let them come down. Inhale, lift up halfway again. Let's take that left foot, step it back. Come on down to the left knee, press the hips forward, and then just take your hands to the right knee and then press your heart up. Feel the shoulders come down, press down and away, and the neck grows long. Now take your right hand to your right hip, and we're going to press this right knee inward so that it stays going forward instead of splaying outward. And open up on the right side. So a gentle twist to your right. If this is not okay with the spine, just stay forward. If you can open up to that side, great. Try to bring your chin over towards your right shoulder. If you want to, you can open up that right arm behind you. Good. Take the right hand back to the hip, straighten the heart forward, take the hands down to the floor. Let's go ahead and step your left foot forward. Take your right foot, step it back. Come down to the right knee, press the hips forward. Hands to that left knee. Press into the knee and lift up. Engage your core. When you engage your core, you really feel everything draw in and up. Shoulders come away from the ears. Now that left hand, take it to your hip. Roll open that shoulder to the left side. Try to draw your chin over to the left shoulder. You can even go a step further and reach that left arm back. I'm using this right hand on the outside of that left knee to help keep the knee from splaying outward and also helping facilitate the twist. Now bring everything back to center, hands to the floor, step back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Now walk your feet in towards one another. And we're going to lift your left leg up and back. Now, if this is not in your practice, that is okay. You can just keep the feet to the floor and keep pedaling them out. We're going to bend that left knee, open up the hip if you are here. Now take that left foot back down to the floor. Take your right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open up your hip. Find a balance in the shoulders. Good. Take the right foot back down to the floor. Come on down to the knees. Let's take your left foot, extend it back. Now, bend the knee so that the sole of the foot is facing the ceiling here, looking at the ceiling. And then we're going to take the knee off to the side and draw great big circles with this left knee. Use your breath. If you're anything like me, you're hearing a lot of cracking, popping. And if not, that's lovely. Maybe go the opposite direction now. So take it out to the side and then back. Good. Just a couple more times with your breath. And then set that knee down. Good. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Your arms might feel a little fatigued. That's okay. Just hang with it. Breathe through it. Let's take that right leg back. Press through that heel. Then bend the knee so that the sole of the foot is toward the ceiling. And then we're going to take the leg out to the side and start to draw big circles. When you feel that knee coming in toward the chest, really bring it in with the core muscles. When you extend the foot back, you can relax the core muscles. And then once you start to bring it around, tighten them and draw the knee in. Send it back. A couple more times. Good. Now go the opposite direction. You can probably feel this in that knee, or opposite knee and opposite hip than the one that's really moving. A couple more times here. Breathe. Good. Last one. Take it down to the floor. Take your knees wide, big toes together. Sink back over the heels. Rest in a child's pose. Take a few breaths here. One or two more long inhales and exhales. Good. And when you're ready, meet me back at hands and knees. Knees will be right underneath your shoulder, or excuse me, not under your shoulders, under your hips. That would be interesting if we had it the other way, right? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, round your back into cat. Inhale, drop your belly, come into cow. Just finding all kinds of different ways to move today, going in and out of cat and cow. Just trying to loosen up all corners of the body. Maybe acting like we're bringing some oil to the Tin Man. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. A little bit more cat and cow here. Good. One more cat. One more cow. And then come to a neutral spine. Take your right foot, bring it forward. You're going to set it right between the hands here. Press the hips forward, maybe walk the hands forward a little more. And then on this right foot, we're going to come out to the edge of the foot. So we're going to roll open the knee and the hip. And if you have blocks, very helpful. If you don't, totally fine. If you need a little help to lift, you can always grab a couple books or soup cans or something. But just lift the heart up as far as you can go and feel this hip start to open. Now I've got my hands on the insides of my feet. I'm pressing my hips forward. Engage your core. Feel your heart press forward. Feel your shoulders come down your back. Now, keeping your knee out, flatten the foot. So the sole of the foot comes down and you open up that knee. Take your right hand to your hip, roll open your shoulder. Come back to center. Let's come back, right knee to the floor. Lock your blocks or your hands over to the right side. Take that left foot, bring it forward. Press your hips forward. Now, I'm going to take the blocks out of the way so you can see. I'm going to roll to the outside of this foot. Okay, the knee is open. Set my blocks back here in the middle. Lift the heart up, engage the core, press the heart forward. Good. Now I'm going to take your left foot, bring it so that it's flat to the floor, but keep that knee open. Take your left hand to your hip, roll open your shoulder. Good. One more breath. Good. Come back to center. Press back so that that left knee comes back to the floor. I'm going to set my blocks off to the side. I'll come back to them in a minute. Tuck your toes, lift up downward facing dog. Now, walk your feet in so that they're right next to each other. And we're going to take our left leg up and back. Now, if this was not in your practice before, I'll have you come back to your knees and do our turn again with your hips, okay, and your knees. But if you are, this is in your practice, let's take that left leg up and back, bend the knee, open up the hip, and draw some circles with that left knee this direction. And go the opposite way. Good, take that left foot down and look up at your hands, and we're going to step that left foot forward between the hands. Now, give some bend to that left knee. Feel the hips drop a little. Come up onto your fingertips. Lift the heart. If you have your blocks, I recommend them. Come up a little higher with the heart. Good. From here, let's turn the right toes out. Let's open up to warrior two. Good. Take your hands back down to the blocks or to the floor. Turn the right toes in. And we're going to step your way back into your downward facing dog. Feet are together. We're going to do the opposite side this time, so your right side. So take your right leg up and back, or if you need to come to your hands and knees, great. Bend that knee, open up the hip, start to turn circles with that right knee. And then go the opposite direction. Make sure you're going slow and steady with your breath. Staying present in your body. Good, then take that right foot down to the floor, look up to your hands. Let's take that right foot, step it forward between the hands. Gonna drop the hips down, come more into that right knee. If you have your blocks, great. Draw the heart up. Press back through that left heel. Turn the left toes out, ground the foot. Come for warrior two on your left side, right side. I don't know what side I'm on. Whatever side you're on, just open up. Reach through the hands, ground through the feet. And then take the hands back down to the blocks or to the floor. Turn the left toes in. Step your left foot forward. Forward fold. Lift up halfway. Exhale back down. Bring some bend into your knees. Breathe into your lower part of your belly. Inhale up halfway. Press the thighs back. Exhale back down. Bend into the knees, arms wide. Come all the way up. Reach high. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Very good. Relax here for just a moment. Let's go ahead and take the hands down to the sides with the palms facing forward. Activate the body enough where you feel strong where you stand. Closing into the eyes if you wish, or softening your gaze. Breathing into your belly. Let's bring some movement to your breath. We're going to inhale, take the arms all the way up. Still standing straight up and tall. We're going to exhale, take the arms back down to the sides. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, arms down to the sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms to the sides. Inhale up.
Exhale down to the sides. Inhale up. Exhale, arms to the sides. One more time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms to the sides. Good. Let's bring the hands into heart center and take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to take your left foot, step it back, come on to the ball of the foot, lift up high with that left heel. And then inhale, take the arms all the way up. Coming into a crescent pose, a crescent stance. Feel the power in that left leg coming from the ball of the foot all the way into the hip and from your hips all the way through your fingertips. Good and strong. Inhale. Holding the pose as you exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And then as you exhale, hands to the heart center, take that left foot, step it forward. And then let's take your right foot, step it back, land on the ball of the foot. Find your stance here, lift up through that right heel, and then take your arms up. Now, if you have issues with your feet here in the toes, you can always turn your stance out so that the foot is flat for like a warrior one stance instead, if it hurts to bend into the toes. Inhale, holding the pose as you exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, send that right foot forward. Good, let's take your left knee, lift it up. Balancing on the right side. On your next exhale, you're going to send this left foot back. We're going to land on that left ball of the foot. Or, of course, you can land flat to the foot if you need to. Take the arms up. And then from here, we're going to bring the hands to the hips. And we're going to lift up off of that left foot. Draw the heart forward, kind of teeter forward as you press back through the heel. And then let's come back to full standing. Set the left foot down. Good. Let's take your right foot, step it back, land how you wish, lift up through the heel if it's on the ball of the foot. Take the arms all the way up. Breathing in. Holding the pose as you exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And as you exhale, take your hands to your hips. We're going to lift up off of that right foot. Send that heel back as you reach the heart forward. Find a balance. And then lifting the heart up, setting the right foot down. Good. Lift your left knee up. Keep the hands on the hips. Open up the knee. Find your tree pose. So wherever you wish it to be, inside the leg. Feel the shoulders settle down the back. Find your balance. Just breathe and experience. If you can't find your balance, it's okay. If you'll feel comfortable, you can always bring your arms up. Or if you need to hold on to something, you can do that as well. Great, relaxing the hands back down to your hips. Setting that left foot down, shake out the right foot. Now let's take that right knee up. Feel the core engage. And then open the knee, come into your tree. Tree is good as long as it's not up against the knee. So above or below, or even toes to the ground, wherever you wish to be. And finding your arms, whatever they want to do. Right, relax that right foot down, bring your hands down to your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, engage that core. Exhale, walk your way back into a plank pose. Lower down between the hands. Inhale, scoop into cobra. Tuck your toes, come back into downward facing dog. Once again, do not rush through that. Take it where you need to, as slow as you need to. Come forward into plank. Now we're going to come to a side plank on the left side. If you need to set that left knee down, you can. Otherwise, just roll to the sides here. Take the right arm up, engage that core. Feel the right hip lift. Take that right hand down to the floor. Let's switch to the other side. If you need to come down to the knee, just take that knee down. Take the left arm up. You do your version of your yoga practice today. Take the left hand down, come back to regular plank, lower down between the hands. Now this time, untuck your toes. Let's bring those hands back to your rib cage here. Squeeze the elbows in and peel your heart up off the floor, but we're not coming for full cobra. We're just coming for like a low cobra here. And if you feel up to it, you can squeeze the legs together, lift the feet up off the floor, maybe lift the heart a little more. Maybe lift the hands up off the floor. We'll take a rest. Now let's lift up once again, same place. Take the hands up or out to the side, or even down the side of the body. Good. Exhale, release. We're going to do it one more time. So let's lift up, come to whatever stage you want to. Or you can skip it all together if you wish. Hold the body tight, but keep the breath flowing naturally. And relax down. Let's press your way back into a child's pose. Breathe deeply into your belly. And if you'd like to, take the sides of your mat with your grip here, and almost like you're trying to slide the mat forward as you press your hips back. It's a little bit, just a little bit more stretch to that low back. Good. Let's come forward onto your hands and knees. Let's take your left knee right in the center. Take this right knee behind. We're going to walk your feet out as wide as they'll go. Walk your hands up just a little bit farther so they're not underneath your shoulders. Press your hips back, almost like you're coming towards child's pose, but the knees are crossed. Really feel that stretch in the hips. And then come forward, swap the knees here. Let the right one be in front, left one be behind. Walk the feet out wide. Press back. And then come forward, uncross the legs. And then before we go down onto the back, I want to take that left foot back, press it back,
Really press into the hands, spread the shoulders across the back, and then take that right arm, reach it forward. Find some balance here. I know this is one that we normally do at the beginning of class, but we're tugging it in here at the last part. Just for balance. Release everything down to the floor. Take that right foot back, press through the heel, almost like you're pushing through that back wall. Take the left arm, reach it forward. Hug everything in toward that center line. Engage the core. Don't forget to breathe. Take the left hand down, right knee down. One more time on each side. Take the left foot back. Reach that right hand forward. Notice if you're trying to drop into that left shoulder, renew your energy, renew your strength. Focus in on the breath. You're stronger than you know. Take everything down, switch sides. Right foot goes back, strength goes into your right arm, left arm is reaching forward. Squeeze everything into that midline. Core is active. Left hand goes down, right knee goes down. Let's do one more child's pose here. Take your knees wide, sink back over the heels. Give yourself a good rest. Really feel your rib cage expand with each breath. And then slowly start to make your way onto your back. Bring your knees into your heart. Arms come down to the sides. Start to move your knees left and right. Not going all the way to the side, but just kind of experiencing, what's going on across the hips here. Then let's take that left leg long, bring that right knee into the chest. Switch sides. Take that left knee, bring it in. Right leg goes long. And then switch again. Bring the right knee in, let the left leg go long. Really draw it in. Press long through that left leg, almost like you're trying to get it to grow just an inch longer. And then switch. Right leg goes long, left knee comes into the chest. Really press through that right side like you're trying to get it to grow just that much longer. Good. Now set that left foot down, knee will be up. Bring that right foot in next to it. Knees right next to each other. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath, arms down to the side. Inhale, lift up into bridge. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift up. We're going to hold this one. So maybe tuck your shoulder blades underneath just a little bit more. And let's squeeze the legs toward one another. Almost like you got a block between your thighs or between the knees. Keeping everything tight here. And then lower back down. Good. Lift up again. Holding, squeezing. Strong here. Lower back down. Good. One more time. Lifting up just like that. Keeping everything tight. Squeeze everything in, really lift high. Chest comes toward the chin. And lower back down. Good. Bring both knees into the chest. Take your right leg long. And we're going to take your left leg up. Press through the heel. Take your hands behind the leg and just draw it in. It's okay if it's bent, but try to straighten it as much as possible. And if it's in your practice, you can take your left fingertips around that big toe and draw it in that way. It's always okay if you don't. You can just walk your hands up and down the back of the leg to stretch. And then let's bring the bend back into the knee. Take your right arm out, and we're going to use this left hand to open up the left knee to the left side. Come back through center and cross it over. Use that right hand. Keep that left shoulder engaged. Maybe bring your gaze over to the left side. Good full twist in the spine. Breathing into your belly. Come back to center. Take this left leg long. Excuse me, trying to get my microphone back toward the mouth. Left leg goes long. Let's take this right heel, press it up, and use your hands behind the leg to draw it in. Now, if this is too much on your low back, you should have set this on the other side. Walk that left foot in so that the knee is up. Okay, do what you need to do for your body. And don't push yourself into anything that we're doing. I mean, you do what is best for you. By all means, yoga is not about pressing your body to form into a pose. We make the poses fit how our body allows, because everybody's body is different. And again, if you have it in your practice to reach those toes, you can always grab with the peace fingers around that big toe. Whatever's best for you. Send your breath up and down the back of that right leg. If you're feeling extra feisty today, you can always bring your nose to your knee if you want. Whew. I'm not that oiled up just yet. And then let's bend into this right knee. Take it into your right hand. Let it fall open to the right side. Let your left arm open up. And then send the left knee or the right knee over to the left side. Catch it with that left hand. Keep that right arm open. Maybe bring your gaze over to your right hand. Come back to center. Bring both knees into the chest. Just rock a little bit from side to side. Now that we've twisted on each side, if you want to take your arms out to the side and just let both knees go to one side and then the other, you're absolutely welcome to. Depends on what your back is okay with. And even here, if you want to take the knees around like you're drawing a giant circle on the ceiling, you can do that too. Whatever feels good to you here as we're closing out our practice. And then let's find your happy baby. Bring both feet up, grab the toes or the outsides of the legs, press your low back into the floor. Really breathe into the lowest part of the belly here. And then release the legs down. Walk them down to the edges of your mat. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath. Let your arms come down to the sides. Let your palms be up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it all the way out. Deep breath in. Hold the breath at the top. Sip in just a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit more. And exhale out. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale and hold. Sip in just a little bit more and hold. Sip just a little bit more and hold. Feel the tension building in the lungs. And then release. Exhale out. One more time. Breathe into a comfortable level. Hold. Sip in just a little bit more. Hold. And sip in just a little bit more and hold it. And exhale all the way out. Take a few more deep cleansing breaths in. Feeling the body become heavy with each exhale. Loosening through the jaw. Feeling the shoulders relax. Take the head from side to side a few times just to make sure we're shaking out all the tension. And then returning to a normal, regular pattern of breathing. No effort, just what your body is doing involuntarily. Feel the rest and relaxation begin to take over the body. And we'll rest here for a few moments. Just beginning to bring your awareness back to the surface of your body. Feel your breath come in just a little bit deeper than before. Maybe your exhale lasting a little bit longer as well. Start to wake up the edges of the body with the fingers and toes. Walking your feet in, drawing your knees into your heart. Rocking a little from side to side. And then slowly start to roll to your favorite side. And then gently press yourself back up. Into a seated position. Hands back to heart center. Lift up tall through the spine. Finding gratitude in your heart today for everything that your body allows you to do, and even for the things that your body doesn't allow you to do. Your body teaches you limitations, but also teaches you boundaries, but also shows you where those boundaries can be stretched as well. And just thank you for practicing with me here on the mat today. Namaste. All right, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.